everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Spirit Hunters Infinite Horde, The Trials of Magnus. Today we are going for the next one on the list, which I am saying is Bone. We have a 5% chance to heal 1 HP on cast. It should actually equate out to be the same as Arrow. I just want to make sure. It'll be kind of interesting to see how the percent casts work once it is indeed fully upgraded. We are going to the hinterlands because it's been a little while. And I am a fan of this one. I like the sheer amount of little enemies. It does help you level up quite a bit, and we should be pretty okay for getting her in this one, which is also a very good thing, because you know that is the plan. I mean, we're not taking too much damage yet, and realistically, it's almost impossible to die in the beginning with with the man Magnus here. Because you heal 10 HP every few seconds because you're leveling up. So it kind of is hard to start, but we will get there. We will definitely get there. We do have a pet there, which is fantastic. Gonna snag that without a doubt. And what's our last one? Let's just go for the old orbital fire, I guess. I don't really like the tornado. Regardless, and we can definitely still take hits with orbital fire if we keep the speed down, so I'm quite okay with that there. Realistically, the only thing, I mean, Grand Hex can sort of interact with things, not too bad, but the main thing we want is just the bone. We want to power up the bone, get it going, and take a whole lot of damage. We're getting our mag slime up, fantastic, very happy there. Can never have enough mag slime, and we are already on the path to hunt down some bonage. I actually just noticed it was 5%. I think Arrow was 20%, and this gets to 0.1 second. Arrow gets to 0.2 seconds, so this is actually half as effective as Arrow. So right off the bat, we're already kind of in a known worse place, but at the same time, just because it says that doesn't mean that's the case. I'm trying to walk into some of these slower mobs. They do hit relatively hard comparatively, so I do want to get a hit or two on me and try and get my health down to, I mean, I'm trying to get it down to like 100 or so. It's just unfortunately not working out that way. Things just don't want to hit me very much. Surprise, surprise. I will say Bone is good in that respect, as once a big enemy gets on you, if it will die relatively quickly, Bone will kill it with its little AoE and things. So Bone is a good one for that specifically. The little micro stun or mini stun or whatever you want to call it is quite effective. These dragonflies are perfect for us though. They will get in our zone of that we need them to be in, and yeah, they're gonna do some damage, so I'm quite happy with that. Was it enough damage? Well, we are steadily going down. We are lower than we are last time we leveled, so fantastic, but we are also leveling at a pretty good clip too, so we are gaining our HP at a pretty good rate. I am seeing our HP go up though, which is nice already. Not quite yet to ludicrous speeds or anything like that, so we will get there. It is coming. We are, you know, three levels down. Look at that, 3 levels down. Oh, very nice. 7 to go, and then we can see really what the HP gain is with this. I'm at 185 money. I should probably go for this chest. Maybe we'll get enough money for a pet. Probably not. Probably not going to care too much, but you never know. I don't even know what pet I would want, because I don't want to take a survival pet. So, I mean, we don't... Yeah, what pet would I even want? I don't know, let's see. Yeah, survival pet. Crit, no. That has survival potential. So yeah, we really don't want anything from this. Perfectly fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. We have another chest. Very happy with another chest. Cannot complain. We will get our damage up there. Ooh, got a heart from that. It happens. We're actually probably going to get a heart from the chest too. So that happens as well. Surprise, surprise. Hearts happen. It's just a random factor in the game. And you can tell, again, the problem that we're having right now with Bone is these big enemies, I'm like, hey, let's get hit by them. But the Bone hits them, stuns them. When they are stunned, they actually cannot damage you. So they're also stunned right there. That one was stunned from the Grand Hex. So we have the stunning potential that is actually preventing us from taking damage. Uh, kind of funny when you think about it, in that a lot of these enemies are sort of the harder enemies, and just the fact that we are getting that stun on is rendering them useless. So stun is very, very effective. Please do not count that out. There is the Viking chicken. Oh my god, the bane of my existence. I think it took me so many it took me so many runs to get enough of those for the one frickin' ability. Or one web path upgrade. I'm not a fan of the Viking chicken, but now, of course, he does like to show up when he do. No problem, though. No problem. We're handling it. We're doing good. You know, our crit rate's at 35%. I'll take that. Again, Bone has the worst crit rate growth of any weapon in the game. I do not understand why. It's one of the hardest to hit things with. I mean, alright. I say it's one of the hardest to hit things with. It really isn't. Because it just goes up and down. It's actually pretty easy to hit with things. But, I mean, most of the time things come from the side. So, well, there we go. A pet we do want. There we go. Rupert. I probably should have gotten Lockpick, too. What was I even thinking? But yes. It is not difficult to hit, since it does just go directly up and down. But it's also not the most convenient to hit with, I should say. You know, when you're talking about hitting with Bone versus Vine, it's actually easier, in my opinion, to hit with that, because Vine still has randomness to it. You know, Orbital Fire, once you get speed, you'll hit anything that comes near you with it. So that's an anything gets hit item, but hey, you know, that's perfectly fine. We're doing pretty good, though. We got all of our money gain coming in. I do like the extra money gain. That's why I took them. I mean, look at our money. We're shooting up. Let's actually see where we end up here. We had 4 chests in here. It's pretty nice. We're at 1254. Let's see what this one chest gets us. This one chest, look at that, gets us well over 200 gold. I am happy with that. Or actually, pretty much exactly 200 gold. To be accurate, you know, you don't wanna scam anybody. So being accurate, pretty much spot on the money, 200 gold. Let's see what this next one does, because I'm curious, because I think, alright, so we're at 1561. Alright, let's see. Come on, Rupert. 1850. So that one, significantly more. I'm very happy with that. And what I'm also happy with are eyeballs. Why? Because we can walk into them and they do a whole lot of damage. Look at that. 30 damage. I will take it. I don't want to hit this eyeball with the bone. Please, let me walk into you. Don't okay. Okay. Again, we're trying. I actively was trying to walk into that eyeball. I am saying, eyeball, please hit me. I want to take a big damage hit, and, you know, they're not necessarily giving it to me. But we've lost half of our health now. It happened. It took 6 minutes. It took 6 minutes, and we finally lost half of our health. Oh, there we go. There's Lockpick. Done and done. Again, the other ones, we do not need dot damage at all. And then, Chiconrad, too strong. We want to take damage. We don't want to prevent damage. Come on. What are you playing at, game? What are you playing at? But thankfully we have so much money. And let's take a look at Lockpick right here. We have a chest here. Look at it filling up. Boom, boom, boom. And it's done. I love it. I love it. Got a little bit of health from a heart. It happens. I'm not actually paying too much attention to our health gain. Let's see. We're at 131. Oh, we took some damage there. That's fine. Not really seeing the tick ups yet, but I am sure they will happen. Let's see. What else can we get? Oh, we can get move speed. Why not? And you know what? Since we have all the money, let's just grab that. There we go. So 128. Can we get a 129? I want to get a 129 before anything happens. Hopefully. 138. You know, we did just jump over it. Oh, we did gain it, and then I got hit by a little chicken. So, and then I'm walking into enemies again, because we are too high health. Too high on the health pool, especially with this boss chest and giving us even more health. Of course, that is bound to happen. So I really do want to get to the red zone. I want blinking red health if I can help it. I just don't see that happening this second. Again, every time they sort of get close to us, the bone is stunning the larger enemies because while it is up and down, it has a little explosion, things like that. It's a good weapon. It's a good weapon. Luckily, we got some chargers coming in. We're getting there. Oh, we did hit the red zone. Look at that. Down to 50 health. Okay, now we are in bring it back mode. We have lost our health. We may lose some more, but that's perfectly fine. We're going to see how well it is to bring it back. Because we are Magnus, and that is what Magnus does. He gets low, and then he brings it right on back. You know? I wish I had just a wee bit more speed. I mean, we're at the point where every upgrade in speed for the bone is massive, massive, massive. Let's actually just use some. Let's see. Can we get a speed? We got 2 more chances, I think. No, we only had 1 more. No, I thought the next... 300 to... Oh, I just want speed. I just want to get there. And we will. We will. I am not afraid. I am not worried. We have the power of the bone behind us. There we go. Look at that. 33% right there. We are going very, very nicely. I am very happy with that. I will take that improvement. Fantastic. Next one will be a 50% decrease. You can also make the argument that's a 100% increase. That does work as well, just so you know. Math has multiple directions in which you can calculate things. I do find that always pretty funny with math. Don't trust numbers. That's what I have to tell you. Numbers, especially if they are being used in some report, can be made to sound better or worse than they are, depending on the perspective that they are used. It's just a thing, you know? So, what have you? I will not be using numbers against you, though. I am trying my hardest to give you accurate representation. I will give you both sides of the coin if I can. And yeah, again, you can see the bone. I mean, these enemies are tough enemies. We are taking them down. And I really have just been sort of just milling around. I haven't been really doing anything directly. And we're basically full health again. I haven't been trying my hardest to, super survive. I mean, I haven't been actively taking damage since we got into the Mega Red Zone. But I really have not been doing anything wild. It hasn't been much pressure on me. So, I mean, that's just a testament for what these weapons do, what the power is. Again, this build, especially with what we're focusing on leveling and things, rather unconventional. Not many people out there do level up Grand Hex. Bone as well. I do know, after reading the Discord and things like that, pretty much everyone sort of shuns Bone but loves Shadow Shuriken. And I can completely understand why. Ooh, boom! We got it. We got our crit chance at max, which is... But we now have the cooldown rate. That is what I really wanted. I am thrilled to have the cooldown rate. We still have half of the run left. No complaints there. So we are golden. I mean, you can already see that it's critting for in the 80s, 87 right there. So our damage is already getting very high. The main reason I like the bone is the damage that it does. It's that +3. It's the fastest weapon that you can have outside of shurikens. But it also has the most amount of damage that you can have, because the only other damage of a fast weapon is arrow, and arrow is half the speed. Now, that being said, again, Grand Hex gets 6 per level, Mines get 4 per level, so I'm not saying it is the most damage you can get per point, but is the most DPS per point. That being said, though, you can also make the argument that Shadow Shurikens do fire more. They do have unlimited upgrades, so it can get to higher potential. That does take significantly more upgrades. And it does get to 100% crit. whereas bone does not. So there are facets there that I am not afraid to say exist. You know, not everything that I like is the best. I think it's pretty good though. I think it's pretty good. Again, let's see. You know, look at the bone. The bone is just coming out, and I literally just walk to the right into those enemies, and I guess they're so big that it's hitting them as I walk into them. That is a problem as well. But the bone just eats them alive. If you had Shadow Shuriken, it would not. Why would it not? Because it would be firing in one direction. It's not going to hit 3 enemies in 3 different directions. That's just not how the weapon works. So by walking in one direction, I am destroying everything above and below me. It's just, that's how this weapon works. So, you know, I prefer that aspect of Bone to Shadow Shuriken. It's just consistent. It's fast, it's powerful, it explodes, so each one of these bones actually does a modicum of AoE damage. I mean, you can just see, you know, Shadow Shuriken would fire in one line. Maybe Shadow Shuriken would be firing, like, this way. And that's it. That's all that would take hits. You know? So, give a bone a chance. That's all I have to say. After you upgrade it on the Dark Web. Or the web, you know. Give a bone a chance. Not upgraded, you know, Shadow Shuriken all the way. Shadow Shuriken is the level 1 boss killer. It is almost as effective in the first web as it is in the third. It only gets better, of course. You know, it gets to that 100% crit rate. It gets more damage per point. You know, so it gets better. But even at level 1. It is enough. Whereas Bones, you need to get the cooldown upgrades. It is a fact. It is a downside. But, hey, at the same time, that's not a bad thing, you know? I mean, it's actually good that certain weapons maybe start off really weak, but after you upgrade them, get really powerful. It's a way to change the game. You know, it keeps it fresh because it allows you to experiment more. Now, the problem being, for a lot of people, once they see the weapon is weak once, they will never try it again. And don't get me wrong, I am still trying to take hits. I'm not actively trying to avoid things. I'm trying to walk into these enemies. It just does not go my way right now. The bone is so fast, it is actually a hindrance. Let's go with big text, why not? Why not? Cannot hurt to have just a little bit more size on all of our things. And we'll get this experience over here, because there is a whole slew of it. More range, get the bone done. Why not? Again, bone range, don't waste the points. You do not need it to fill the whole screen. I'm doing it because it is our primary weapon. I do not suggest doing it, though. I definitely do not. It is, 1, pointless. B, it's a waste of experience because anything that's killing at sort of the top or bottom of the screen, you're probably not going for anyway. So, just keep the bone close to you. You only need 3 or 4 points for it to be maximum effectiveness. You don't even need any points in it to be effective. I actually personally prefer to keep 0 points into it, if I can, because I can get close to enemies. I can get close to the boss. I can get close to these shield enemies. I can get close to anything. I don't need it at its maximum range. For the final boss, having some range does help. It allows you to position yourself slightly better. And with that in mind, you know, it's a good thing. But is it necessary? Still, I would say no. So, we have plenty of bones, we have our pets, we have everything just dying around us. I don't know, I think this was just an easy run. You know, I think this was the easiest run of them all because of the explosions, honestly. Normally even at this point in the stage, I'd probably take Mag Slime, but I figure, why not? Let's just make our bones bigger. I'm still trying to take some damage, but I don't want to be at the point where the final boss will one-shot us. I want to see how well this does. I'm pretty sure this is just going to destroy the final boss, so I probably would be fine. But better safe than sorry, as they say. I want to be down to like, oh, I was going to say like 100, but 120 works as well. I mean, look at that damage. Look at it coming out. Done. The boss is done. So, yeah, the damage is fine. We were gaining health. I was, look at that, there's another health gain. We just saw it, it happened. 5% chance, not that great. Not the best for health gain. But what this does have is it adds a layer of survival that the other weapons didn't. That stun on the big enemies actually prevented so much damage when I was just face walking into them. So I think that's actually a benefit of the weapon. Now, you could pick this weapon up second with a better healing weapon and have that effect and focus it while having better healing. Now, you probably won't have the best healing until you focus the other weapon. Like, say you were to pick Arrow. Well, you'd need to max out Bone and Arrow's speed to have Arrow's healing capability and Bone's protection. So there's a give and take there. But overall, I mean, I have nothing to say other than, the Bone is good. Bone, you done good. So, there are more weapons on the Magnus train. We have other challenges to do and things. Thank you very much, though. I'm very much looking forward to the patch. The patch is where everything is going to happen. So, thank you so much. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you want to see something, if I'm doing something wrong, if I'm doing something right. Hey, just say hi. I would love to hear from you. So, have a wonderful day, and happy hunting.